Hi, thanks for watching Breaking New Ground, the program that tells you how the Department of Human Settlements is restoring our people's dignity by giving them quality homes. I'm Eric Mieni. Last year, this department, in partnership with the Youth Development Agency, the National Home Builders Registration Council, and the State Agency Affairs Board, started the Human Settlements Youth Brigade, a program that takes unemployed youth and trains them in construction, entrepreneurship, and gives them life skills. This program gives the youth skills to build their own homes, generate an income, and help the Department of Human Settlements accelerate their delivery of housing to South Africans in need. In February 2015, the first youth participants graduated from this project. Today, we catch up with them to see how the training has impacted their lives.
This is my father's house. After my dad passed, the other part of my family took my elder sister and my younger brother. So because I was old enough to look after myself, I've remained inside this house. After I dropped out at school at Islilo Secondary School, then my uncle got me a job from Isofren Construction. Then is when I started to work as a labor. After 2 years, we were entrenched. Then I came back at the township to be a street vendor. When we were selling our product, we saw a lot of people gathering there. So we went there and asking what was happening there. They told that Human Settlement is going to start a youth build program. They are going to help the youth to start their businesses and also to help them to further their studies. When the project started, we were training for plumbing and bricklaying. After 6 months, the project ended, so I've go back to the community to start selling the sweets, cigarette, and other stuff that I'm still surviving with. That money I've used to register to pay my fees at the college to study as a civil engineering because I have a background of construction. So I want to improve myself and so that I can look after my brothers and younger sisters. I've started studying here at January this year for NCV course to study civil engineering. I've used the profit that I've got from street vendors, the product that I was selling there, to pay for my studies. But when I arrived here at the college, I saw that I can't afford to pay for the fees at the college. I went to the offices of Human Settlement, NYDA, NHBRC looking for help, but there was no one who was helping me. Other construction workers will get this white pipe coming from the ground, and this one.
Yes. Now, very good question. I like that you see that tells me that you are very willing to learn.
One thing that I've liked about NHBRC, they've promised me if my results are good, they are going to sponsor me. But even if I don't get the funding, I'm still going to sell my product at the location to raise the money so that I can finish my studies.
Although trained in construction, Sipho and Donald took more to the entrepreneurship side of the program, saw opportunities right here in Savannah City and started pursuing them.
After my matric, I went to PC Training and Business College, studied there since from 2011, 2012.
After my matric, I went to FNB. I worked there for 1 year, 6 months. After 1 year, 6 months, I went to Atlas Finance. I was dealing with loans. And then after dealing with loans, then I went to school to do ABET teaching.
2014, then I went to NHBRC and Savannah City, NYDA was there, Departmental Human Settlement was there. It was sort of a school. And Apart from learning pipes and building, and it gave me an opportunity because now there was an opportunity of opening businesses, fundings and stuff.
Learn how to start our own businesses, how to register, because we didn't know how to register a business.
We wanted to open a recycling business. Now the recycling business, because of competition, now they couldn't find us, find. Now we started the toilet paper thing. Everyone uses toilet paper.
They use toilet paper to sniff, they use toilet paper to wipe up their makeups, and toilet paper usually it uses everything. We're going to run this business at our community location because we have 50,000 houses. In that 50,000 houses, and each and every day, if they can use 2 toilet papers a day, then we're going to have a profit.
The fact of Savannah City coming here and stuff, the place is going to be broad, you see.
We have the place for where we can put the machine, so we just need a funding.
We applied the funding at NYDA. We needed 100,000. Now, they told us that they could never give us 100,000 because we are a private company. They only give co-ops 100,000, not private companies. Private company, once they will give 50,000.
They said we must apply so that we can get that 50,000. Then we did apply it with all the papers that they needed. We haven't heard from them, total. Now, as we are working, we are starting to bank so that we can make our dreams come true.
It's not only me who's gonna benefit, but the community as well will benefit from my business. That's all. That's my dream. Seeing all those people sitting there, sitting at home, unemployed, working. That's my biggest dream.
With these entrepreneurs emerging from the project, it is clear that the Youth Brigade is tapping into huge latent potential. Not only do these young people have ideas, they also have the knowledge and drive to pursue them. When we come back, we'll look at another set of graduates who decided to use their skills right here on site at Savannah City. Don't go away. Basil Reed was tasked with the actual implementation of the Youth Brigade here at Savannah City. Christel Siebert is actually the head of skills development at Basil Reed. Let's hear her thoughts on the project. Hi Christel, welcome to Breaking New Ground.
Thank you very much for welcoming you here.
You have been part of the Youth Brigade thing, would you?
Yes. We recruited 100 learners from the local community, which they were taking part in a program for plumbing and bricklaying. They had 2 months theoretical in the Lakeside Community Centre in the classroom, and then we brought them to the construction site for practical for another 2 months, and we've taken them through a creative workshop as well. They are a big group to manage, but over 90 students of the 100 has graduated this year.
As far as the Youth Brigade goes, what was your personal highlight? What did you like the most about it, if anything?
I must say the graduation was my personal highlight of it. I didn't expect it to be because as we went through the program, there were smaller highlights. When they come to site, we're all excited. When we did the park, we were excited. When the actual launch with the minister was on here, we were always excited. But the graduation turned out to be a very successful event and emotional, seeing them that they actually happy that completing the program.
Is there a chance we could meet some of these young graduates around here?
Yes, we've called them from site, especially the ones that started working now, and they will meet up with you.
Andile, yakhumbula masikhuluma nisangena yini? Yes. And how do you feel now that you've graduated?
Sizizwa kahle siproud yabo ngento esifundile into abasifundise yona manje basigaya iskill at least abasishanga next.
Yeah. Andile, when you first joined this Youth Brigade, what did you expect?
Well, from my side, I was expecting vele ukuthi to get a certificate, which is something I'm proud in future. So ngasho ukuthi nje right now, yeah, I've got what I wanted.
Njengoba umela ngiyazi ukuthi basakunceda, but if bangayeka nje no, but okay, Keith, move. Ubona ngathi unayo power to go forward, and if so uthola kuphi?
Ipower nginayo to go forward because sebang encourage kusho ukuthi sebangibonisile ukuthi if ngidinga uncedo ngaya kuphi ngaqala kuphi ngaya kuphi nje ngalo msebenzi lo sengiyenza manje wona ngazi ukuthi ngi perfect sure.
Yeah.
And then another thing into ngiyazi plan B. Plan B yona ngiyazi futhi ngifundele ngina le N4.
Yeah.
Certificate sakhona. And another thing futhi building. Building.
Yeah.
Build into zami lezo.
Now Andy,
yeah,
udlule kuzo zonke.
Yeah, well mina I might say ukuthi vele before ngizoya esikolweni I used to be my own boss.
Yeah.
Then because of in future when you are a person you have to ukuthi ube ne certificate in order to have something that speaks for you.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that made me ukuthi ngiye laphana and it forced me ukuthi ngingasakhulumelwa umlomo but ngibe namaphepha that's gonna be proof that I do know what I'm speaking about.
I mean, you guys have talked a bit about what you're getting, but through getting what you're getting, you're actually building people houses who actually need those houses.
Yes.
And in the process, you're learning to be able to build your own houses and be strong. I mean, what does that mean for you to be part of a project that cuts both ways like that?
Look, it means a lot because kufana nokuthi ngibuildi nation yakithi ngibuildi South Africa nginceda abanye abantu abanganayo lobukhono ukuthi bangayenza ukuthi babuilde labanye.
At the end of the day mna I have lento le isibindi sokuthi I can actually perform what I've been taught. Yeah.
You have good life skills. Andy, okay, thank you so much for coming on Breaking New Ground. Good luck for the future. I wish you very well. It sounds like you got quite a lot out of this.
Okay, thank you.
Representing the Department of Human Settlements is Senior Manager Sector Transformation, Ms. Seitisho Ramutla. Welcome to Breaking New Ground.
Thank you, sir.
Can we just talk about why the Department of Human Settlements actually started the program and what its vision was?
We as a department want young people to participate in building nation, in building their own country, in participating in constructive civic engagement, in also loving who South Africa is, being proud of being South African citizen by helping to eradicate the backlog. So it was also started with the aim of building skills among young people and also as a platform to create job opportunities for young people. Our minister has set aside in her policy statement this year that about 159 million set aside for young people to participate, especially in mega projects. She's saying that 60% of young people must participate in mega projects as either as contractors, as civil engineers, as laborers, as project managers, etc., etc. Last year we also launched the one estate agent, one young person through the Youth Brigade program. We have 10,000 young people that are targeted to benefit from this program. We also have a scholarship program and we want young people to participate. Our young people are currently participating in different universities where we have the human settlements degree. Also in the procurement processes, young people are really being targeted intentionally in terms of appointments so that they can participate.
Coming back to Savannah City,
yes.
What has been the real, true highlight for you with regards to the Youth Brigade here?
Well, the dedication of young people in Savannah City has been really touching. Young people have been coming in the morning doing their daily rituals of prayers and also, you know, the youth pledge, the youth brigade pledge, and participating as volunteers in the project. This has also inspired young people because, as you can see, a household will probably host 5 or 8 family members, and they are saying they feel good that they've contributed to the lives of ordinary people instead of looking inwardly. So it's lessons that we want to take to South Africa for young people to say, well, look, how beautiful is this project. We have the potential, we have the energy, we have the capacity, and we want to partner with government. So this has been really an inspiration.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Breaking New Ground, and good luck with the Youth Brigade. I hope it goes all around the country. After the break, we'll talk to representatives of the institutions that helped make this project possible. As we saw earlier, Sipho and Donald have applied for some funding from the National Youth Development Agency. Let's talk to a representative from this institution to find out about their involvement with this project. Could you just give us a brief breakdown of what the National Youth Development Agency does on a day-to-day basis?
National Youth Development Agency is an agency of government established by the Youth Development Act of 2008. And the Act gives the mandate of the National Youth Development Agency as to initiate, to facilitate, and to mainstream youth development issues.
Now, that seems to be quite a natural fit with the Human Settlements Youth Brigade, which you got involved in. Could you tell us your involvement, the NYDA's involvement with the Youth Brigade?
The youth can look for a job, of which NYDA then would assist through the jobs placement program. This is where we identify opportunity providers, and those youth that are willing to get into employment, then we help to place them. Alternatively, they can continue with further education and training because they would have gotten skills from this project. Some of them would want to pursue further and enhance those skills through the FET sector. And we have the Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship, which would then be able to assist those young people that want to continue with further education. Or last option, we then encourage the youth to choose the option of entrepreneurship. NYDA has set up a grant program which has thresholds 10,000, 50,000 up to 100,000. So this is just basically to give an opportunity to those young people who would want to take a bite at entrepreneurship to say, look, we want to start an enterprise in plumbing and give us the money to buy tools to set up our small entity. We'll help register that entity. We'll give them the funding to buy the tools, and yes, then they can go.
What is happening with Sipho and Donald's application for funding through the NYDA?
Those two applications are going through assessment. What this entails is to check whether they have submitted the correct documents, their ID copies, the company registration documents, the tax clearance, and all those that are the requirements for approving a grant. If that has been done and complied with within a turnaround of 21 days, they will get a response from the NYDA on the status of whether their grant has been approved or it has not been approved.
What has been your highlight with this project here at Savannah City, the Youth Brigade here?
The excellent thing about Savannah City has really been, from our side, the commitment of the young people in terms of how we did not lose young people in this project. It's one of those projects where I think we've overachieved like a 90% success rate in the project, and we believe that with government departments working together, more can be achieved.
Thank you for joining us here on Breaking New Ground.
Thank you.
The Youth Brigade has been running within the Midvaal municipality. To tell us how it has impacted the community is Mayor Bongan Baloyi. Welcome to Breaking New Ground.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
What has it been like to have this Youth Brigade program within Midvaal so far?
It has assisted us greatly. The key aspect of Savannah City is to allow and provide for integration along communities, but another type of integration which is quite key for us is economic integration. Also noting that we've got a significant population of young people in our municipality and adjacent municipalities that are unemployed. So this Youth Brigade program has allowed and given the opportunity for our young people to be given the the opportunity to be skilled and upskilled and walk away from a program with a recognized qualification.
How does the municipality engage this youth as they exit the program in a manner that propels them forward?
One of the things that we want to do differently is we want to localize our value chain. So we want to understand what businesses in our area are buying and from where they're buying, from whom they're buying, and at what price. So if we can link that to local people, then we're doing a wonderful job. Then we're growing our local economy in a stagnant economy by just localizing your value chain. But at the same time, the municipality also consumes these goods. So I see no problem or challenge in the municipality committing to these young people and saying, if you're going to take this process or going to want to produce the following within your entrepreneurial endeavors, we will secure them. We will be your market. So we'll assist and facilitate a relationship with the NYDA, but also saying to the NYDA, these young people are going to sell us this, and we're going to buy it from them. So market is guaranteed.
We wish you the very best with all that you do for the youth here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. The NHBRC, a regulatory body for the home building industry, was also involved with the Youth Brigade. Mr. Richard Nukeri is a training consulting here at the NHBRC. Welcome to Breaking New Ground.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah. Could you tell us about your involvement with the Youth Brigade?
The Youth Brigade, when it was formulated, it was to say, NYDA, there are these youth between 18 and 35. Some of them, you know, have already passed matric. Some couldn't really do it through matric. What can we do with them? Because some are sitting idle at home. So as NHBRC, NYDA, and all these other stakeholders, we come together as a task team. We then created these training programs where the NYDA will bring the aspect of life skills training, as well as general education in mathematics, as well as English. Whereas NHBRC then brings the technical construction skills aspect. We train the youth in, for instance, in Savannah, we just graduated 97 youth last month. We train them in bricklaying, which is pitched at NQF level 3, and then as well as plumbing, which is pitched at NQF level 4. All these courses are accredited by the construction center.
Now, I know Stembiso, who's one of the members of the Youth Brigade in Savannah City, has applied. How is it going with his bursary application?
Stembiso is one of our proud graduates. I have to mention on a personal note, you know, he was right out there, a born leader. You just knew when we went there that this one is headed for the stars. And you know, when he told me earlier this year that, Richard, I'm going to register at Citibank, he didn't even wait for us to say, you know what, we'll sponsor you. He took it upon himself that I've been introduced to this construction sector. It's very interesting. I'm going to study it further. And as NHBRC, we've taken him under our wings. They'll be getting stipends every month. And then obviously we cover their tuition fees and stationery and everything else that goes with it.
Richard, thank you so much for coming on Breaking New Ground.
Thank you, sir.
To you, yeah. We do not inherit the earth from past generations, but borrow it from future ones. Then we must make sure that those future generations, the youth, are well equipped to prosper and do well. The Human Settlements Youth Brigade is a fantastic step in this direction. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.